by the time my mother was diagnosed, they didn't give her a time frame to live. But sometimes you hear people say that when they diagnose, they have 6 months to live. It was real. Because if you count from when she was diagnosed to when she died, it was actually 6 months. She could not even say the word. She would not even say the word. She said, I have the thing. So I asked her, what thing you have? You have cancer. And she said, well, you know that the thing. She never said the word. She never said cancer. She never accepted the diagnosis. And from that day on, she began to die. Because she stopped talking, she stopped smiling, she stopped being the person who she was. And she depended on living. She depended on me to live. Because I had to do everything. It was as though I was diagnosed with cancer and I had to go to the group counseling. And I had to say the center for 23 sessions of radiation. And if I didn't want to go that morning, she wasn't going. And I had to live through it as though I was the patient. Because I had to go every day for 23 days. Go in with her, take her clothes off, put her on the machine, dress her, take her home, carry her for blood transfusion. And the thing about it is what I learned a lot from that we're not ready yet to treat our population with cancer, because our diagnosis, most of the times when we diagnose the patient, my mother was already in stage 4. And we see that coming up now, that a lot of people who are diagnosed now are in stage 4. When you reach stage 4 cancer, if it didn't treat it then, stage 4 cancer, the treatment is not effective. And the treatment was not effective to her. She was a 69-year-old woman going through radiation, but she didn't survive. Her life didn't improve after that. And that taught me a lot. I learned from that.
Terrific, Tulani.
Kind Karen. Regular Rudolph. Zeta. Rejuvenating Rosetta.
Lovable Lisa. And the cancer hides. And the doctor must be intelligent enough to know that, hey, something looking suspicious here. I can't find a diagnosis. Let me send the patient to maybe an internist who would focus. Yeah, lump. We see discoloration in our skin and we do not go to the doctor to investigate it. We just push it aside, and it's only when it seems like it's too late, then we go to discover.
They don't look at the patient to say, well, because my father, I can remember he had what you call the skin tears. It would be red and the skin was easily, you could just tear it and it would bleed and then it would heal. It's very difficult to put your faith in the healthcare system, especially when they don't do a holistic check.
And I hear someone that passed that say they gave up, and they didn't give up. They fought hard.
Yeah.
They fought very hard. And I'm saying that's the situation my mother in. She fought hard. She was in pain. And I'll say the situation she was in, what she did. And I didn't pick up on this before, but I think she decided enough was enough, and I didn't pick up on it. She decided she wanted to get both sides of the family together in one. And then she decided to get a hospice, and probably 3 or 4 days after that.
You have been saying for the male, we need to check for breast cancer, for prostate cancer, also for colon.
You have to work at it. You have to constantly work at it. Now they are finding that exercise has a whole lot to do with triggering, as you say, I like that word, triggering the cancer.
The cancer was squamous cell, and if you know about squamous cell cancer, it is very, very aggressive. By the time they diagnose it, the patients do not live long after.
The mission of the foundation is to enrich the lives of people living with cancer and diabetes by providing financial resources, support, preventative and management education, and helping people to understand what's happening.